Welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. It's boss time with Lani.
Oh man.
Sounds like the name of a QVC showcase.
Yeah, something like that. Now, the trick to her is that she hits like a truck, but her accuracy is kind of crap. So the first thing you want to do is blind her, and then MP hammer, and then MP hammer them all, MP hammer all of her magic away.
Maybe I subconsciously replicated Lani in Final Fantasy XIV because one of my characters looks almost exactly like this, and I had no idea the resemblance was there because I honestly forgot what Lani looked like. Okay, well that's interesting.
First you start with the cleavage, then the elf shoes, then the spiffy little hat with a green feather. Oh,
What?
yeah, and the giant axe.
Lani does sort of look like an Amano design, though, like, for sure, when you actually look at what her outfit looks like.
It's the red cloak for me.
The red cape / skirt /
Whatever it is.
It looks like someone did with a traveling cloak what teenage girls do with their sweatshirts, just tied it around their waist. Because they didn't want to wear it.
Hey, dude,
But they
trying
wanted
to
to have it
carrying
just in
that
case.
shit around is hard, okay? Holy shit, how much did... You can get rid of 4,000 MP from...
Yeah, apparently.
How much MP does this boss goddamn have, then?
Well, bosses in Final Fantasy games tend to have a ridiculous amount of MP.
Yeah, so that they don't ever run out of magic attacks while you're fighting them. But at that point, why not just give them infinite MP, or don't give them...
Well, the idea is... It makes sure that they won't run out if they fight you normally, but you can still force them to run out, like Ryan is doing now.
Yeah, she has nearly 5,000 magic points.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's blinded, and once she's out of MP, she won't be able to touch him. So this basically opens her up to infinite steals. Well,
That's the goal anyway.
Does she have anything worth stealing, or...
All bosses have stuff worth stealing.
She has an Ether, a Coral Sword, and Gladius.
oh man, I thought Dagger had already gone into trance, but she's only almost tranced.
Yeah, I think she had the shell on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is as good a time as any to explain Garnet's trance. What Garnet has for her trance is useless up until this point in the game. It's called Grand Summon, and basically what happens when Dagger summons an Eidolon is that she has a percentage chance most of the time of doing the full animation in exchange for higher damage. But most of the time, after the first time you summon an Eidolon, you'll get a shortened animation. And that shortened animation will only do a fraction of the damage, like 75% maybe. Now, at really high levels, your probability of getting the full animation is almost 100% anyway. So her trance becomes useless at endgame. But
she's so pretty.
Why is she
earlier
scanning
on, it
us?
basically guarantees her maximum damage.
She already scanned Garnet.
I just want to make sure it's her.
But why would
Wait,
the
no,
boss...
level 50? Okay, I wanted to make sure I read that correctly.
No, look,
level
you
50?
see where
What
it
were you
says-
grinding, Grand Dragons?
Did
I
you see
guess
where it
so.
said weak against fire? Did you see where it said weak against fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she scans you, she gives you a weakness.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah,
Are you sure? Like the debilitator from Final Fantasy VI?
essentially. The thing is, you don't have elemental weaknesses yourself. But when she scans you, you have one. So, you know, it's just... It's the boss's gimmick, but since she's out of MP, it doesn't really matter anymore, so...
Yeah.
All she can do is just try to whack me.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. You
Trying.
sapped all of her magic points away. It's a good
God.
thing you got the Gladius, though. That's actually a really good dagger for Sedan.
Yeah. Really wish
It's like-
Zidane would actually steal, though.
30 attack power, and also has inherent slow ability, so if you hit an enemy with it, you can give them slow status.
Does the Dawn ever get any better about stealing shit? Like...
Well, it depends on his speed and spirit, was it?
Let me look up the algorithm again, because it has been a while since we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stats and level factor into it. I think there's an ability that does increase your likelihood of getting a steal.
That's Bandit,
Yeah.
which I always have on for Zidane no matter what. At least until like the very end of the game where you don't need it anymore.
You physically attacked with Garnet? Or was that a counterattack?
I think at this point it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I liked that quote from her. She says, "Why aren't you giving up? Have you seen your battle performance, lady? We don't have a reason to give up."
You see her? We got Super Saiya people on our side. And what, bitch?
Though
Yeah,
you
do your
missed.
little trapeze artist shit.
I do like the multi-targeting spells.
Yep.
That is an old Final Fantasy thing.
You're
But,
pretty good.
You're good, but I'm
Wait, hold on. Let me guess. She's gonna do something in a cutscene to beat us up anyway, even though we beat her ass in a battle.
No, we beat her.
Oh, we do? Oh,
Yeah,
oh
she
man.
runs away.
I thought I'd played too many RPGs. Oh, she just...
Bravely ran away.
That didn't count!
Technically, it's worse, but I put it on anyway to learn Annoy.
Oh, what, Zidane didn't know that anyway?
Yeah, I was like, that's just being an inherent ability.
Ball.
Hey, wanna hear the most annoying sound in the world? What does the thief say?
What?
Then he just ransacks your pockets.
No, he just does nothing but quote memes.
Hey guys, I heard...
so many YouTube hits.
Guys, I saw this really funny video. It was called All Your Base. For the record, that's almost 15 years old.
Check out my top 10 reasons why I'm gonna kick your ass. Number 3 will
No.
shock you.
No, that was around before 2000, Ted.
Oh, it was? Oh god, I thought it
Yeah,
was like
that's pretty old.
2001.
No, it's from like 96, 97.
Oh god, it's 20, almost at 20. Damn. Memes will never die. That's really sad, actually.
I'm back.
Oh, you
Okay,
left.
so I'm just gonna break it down how the wiki classifies stealing in Final Fantasy IX, so bear with me here.
Okay.
For the first time, characters can steal more than once from the same opponent, we know that. Each opponent has between 1 or 4 items available, and their list is set. Some items are easier to steal than others, okay, no shit. The Master Thief support ability makes it easier for characters to steal rare items, and the Bandit support ability perfects the steal success rate. After an enemy has been stolen from, it still may drop items upon defeat. So without Bandit, the formula for steal hitting a target is as follows. The attack is equal to your level plus spirit, and your defense, and the defense is equal to enemy level. So if the attack is equal or greater than defense, steal is a success. If Bandit is equipped, the step is ignored and steal will always hit the target. After steal has successfully hit the target, the chances for stealing for each slot is as follows. Very rare has a 1 in 256 success rate. With Master Thief, it's 32 out of 256. Bear with me, that's what I said.
No, what are these?
It's the steal algorithm for Final Fantasy IX.
No, what are these?
Oh,
on
these
screen?
things.
Because it's oh god,
The tentacle suggests octopus, but the eye suggests Jinx from Pokemon?
The top of the mouth suggests there should be a bottom of the mouth somewhere.
I
but
know
there
what
isn't
it.
one.
I know what it is. It's what happens when you put Jinx and Tangela into the daycare center.
What has science done?
Are they dead
Ah,
yet?
man.
That
one's
was
down.
Okay, good. So that's only half as many nightmares I'll be having this week.
And they're both down.
The nightmare's gone.
Final Fantasy IX has such inventive monster designs, and they don't really recycle all that much throughout the game. I appreciate that, especially after Final Fantasy X. This endless stream of ice cream scoops and imps.
Flan everywhere.
I like Flan.
Well, I mean, in almost every RPG, there's going to be palette swaps. That's just kind of how it works. But
Yeah, but it was especially shameless in Final Fantasy X.
I'll take your word for it because I haven't gotten around to playing that game yet.
I swear to God, in Final Fantasy X, in almost every area of the game, the same handful of monsters is part of the lineup.
Ooh, what color grenade am I going to run into this time?
Now, basically, there are the dogs, which you fight with Tidus's sword. There are the ice cream scoops and the elementals, which you fight with Lulu's magic. There are the big armored monsters, which you fight with Auron's sword. There are the flying monsters, the little flying monsters, which you fight with Wakka's ball. There are the large flying monsters, which you fight with summons.
Or blind them with Wakka's ball.
It's just like there's some unique monsters that pop up. Like the first time you see an Iron Giant, it's a bit of a novelty. And then there are the
Iron Giant.
Scoggins, but
Is it voiced by Vin Diesel?
Nobody's going to go see that movie.
That's really good.
Looks like some sort of sci-fi action shit fest. Then you come out of the theaters and you're crying your ass off.
Going on a field trip.
That was nothing like the advertiser said.
A field trip. So if no one knows about this mine in Fossil Rue area, how come there are people here?
Well, this guy's a treasure hunter, so he may be a rogue.
Yeah, possibly.
well, treasure hunters don't generally tell other people where the treasures are before they've had a chance to dig them up.
And the Moogles are here too, but you know,
Moogles
nobody
just-
asked, so they don't tell.
Yeah, Moogles just kind of do whatever. People just sort of ignore them.
Yeah, what do they know? They're Moogles. And that will be their downfall.
The Moogle mail service is, you know, I was just kind of glad they brought that back in a limited respect in Final Fantasy XIV. Once you hit level 50, there's this whole side quest where you're delivering mail for the Moogles. And instead of delivering to Moogles, you're delivering to different NPCs and learning more about them along the way.
Oh,
Stiltskin constantly relies on you, the player, to buy his package deal so he can continue his journey. So
Why
without
not? It's a
Zidane,
good. Why not? It's
this-
a good deal.
No, but without Zidane, this is like his final destination.
Hey,
It's kind of like, oh, I hope that monkey boy shows up again because I really want to get out of here.
Stiltskin, if you need to sell your stuff to move on with your journey, why are you hanging out in a place where barely anyone knows that there's even a
hey,
place there?
there was a guy right up the stairs. You know, he could have bought shit.
Nah, Stiltskin probably already gave him his pitch.
And he wasn't buying it.
Ah,
He
bats.
really wasn't buying.
Are these guys the most annoying enemy in the game?
Nope.
Oh, actually, they
Ah.
look relatively easy. Man, this RPG
Yeah.
sucks. It's not.
Bats are usually the enemies that have a ridiculously high evasion. Well,
Yeah.
higher than normal evasion from what you've encountered already, but I think the bats here are pretty... nothing really to write home
Are
about.
they the only thing you'll run into in this cave?
No, there
There are other things.
yeah.
Okay, well then they're automatically better than Zubats, and I'm happy.
What about the Ditto Jinxes?
Man, you know, I just realized, you know, looking at the bats, it made me think of the bite bats in Final Fantasy VIII. And I just realized why Final Fantasy VIII doesn't palette swap monsters the way the other Final Fantasies do. Because of the damn level scaling mechanic.
Oh, so you just straight up fight the same monsters over and over again?
Yeah, they level up along with you. And basically, this gives you a choice. You can try to beat the game without leveling up as much as possible in order to keep the enemy's stats low and rely on junctioning to increase your own stats past the monsters. Or you can level up the monsters in exchange for a higher difficulty and better spell draws. Because higher level monsters will always have better spells, you see.
Yeah, I think the only exception to the rule in that game was Omega Weapon, who was always level 100, I think.
What about bosses, like normal bosses?
Bosses, yeah, it also applied to bosses as well.
Yeah.
So you could go up against Ultimecia and she's like level 6.
This is why a lot of battles in Final Fantasy VIII pretty much just boiled down to drawing and then running away.
Well, here's the thing about Final Fantasy VIII. The bosses don't give you experience points.
No.
Which might
That-
seem like a jip the first time you play it because you don't get the system, but the system is built to allow you to level up as little as humanly possible throughout the game.
That's the weirdest RPG mindset I've ever heard in my goddamn life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to discourage grinding, but you're still grinding in a sense anyway because of drawing.
Well, it's satisfying to level up, though, is the thing. Like, it's always really good when it's like, oh, I'm at a new level. Grinding levels isn't fun, but I'd say that grinding, like, stuff like drawing magic or junction points or whatever the hell it's called. Like, that's less satisfying than grinding levels, because you're just raising an arbitrary number. I know that levels are an arbitrary number too, but like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't seem as satisfying to me to just grind.
Well, with leveling up, you get stat boosts pretty much all throughout. Attack, defense, magic defense, spirit, vigor, all that.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about in general, like leveling up your
but with drawing, it's like only one number is going up, and that's this particular spell that you drew from the enemy.
Yeah. So
it feels pretty limited.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're accomplishing that as much when you're. Why is Garnet sad?
She's
really?
in trouble.
Have you not been paying attention to this plot?
Well, no, but she has like a little sad bubble above her head, though.
Yeah, it's finally catching up to her.
Oh.
I think it's the worry or distress status ailment.
The trouble status, yeah. So when she gets hurt, everyone takes damage.
Oh, that would be why there are little numbers on
the empathy stat.
And we learned level 4 holy from
just
these
level
guys.
4 holy.
Level 4 holy is one of the most random ass spells in the game. Okay, basically what it does is if the enemy's level is a multiple of 4, it hits them with holy.
Yeah, it's like level 3 muddle, level 3 flare, level 4 flare, and level 5 death in Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, but basically the only one of those level whatever spells that you'll ever want to use is level 5 death. Because the level 5 death spell, if it hits an enemy whose level is a multiple of 5, has a 100% success rate.
Yeah.
And guess what Grand Dragons are?
Also, that was another reason to never want to level up in Final Fantasy VIII, because guess what the highest level in that game was? Not 99, 100. And that meant any enemy with level 5 death could wipe your party.
Yep. That's damn shit.
If you hit level 100 in that game, basically what you had to do was perpetually keep Death Junction to your status defense to defend against level 5 death.
Was it really that common of an attack?
The enemies that you would want to be level 100 to fight had level 5 death.
Damn. Okay then. And that's the end of the part. Okay then.